All right, excited now to be joined by 49ers tight end George Kittle. George, what's going on, buddy?
Just enjoy my time in Media Row, man. It's a fun time. A lot of people to hang out with, talk to. Excited to be at Yahoo, one of my favorite search engines.
Oh, yeah, me too, for sure. I mean, accurate results every single time.
It's wonderful.
Exactly what you're looking for. George, you've been doing a lot of media interviews, I'm sure. What's the one question that you've gotten that you're sick of being asked?
Ooh. Are you going to ask me it as soon as I tell you that?
No, as soon as you say it, I'm going to cross it off my list if it's on there.
You know what? I really don't get upset with too many questions. I've kind of been in my whole career at the Niners. Every offseason has been pretty wild. A lot of turmoil, quarterback questions, free agent questions. So I'm kind of open to it. It is what it is. I'll answer whatever you ask for me.
Oh, well, don't worry. I'm not going to ask you too much about what do you think about the team should do about this, team should do about that.
I'll put my GM hat on if you really want me to. But yeah. I just work there, man.
Yeah, you just they don't come and bring you in and like get your takes on all of it.
No, John Lynch doesn't call me and ask me what my preferences are.
That's been the answer for most people.
It is what it is.
Either that or Super Bowl pick. McCaffrey was here the other day. He's like, don't ask me about like who's going to win the Super Bowl.
I know I'm going with his answer. I don't want either team to win.
That would be nice. I don't know what would have to happen that the game would just end in both teams losing.
Can you imagine if it goes what happens if the Super Bowl goes to OT and then time expires? Do they just add more time on the clock?
I mean, at some point you'd have to just accept that this is an even match. And
what if the time just kept getting added and then all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and we've been playing football for 6 hours? What do you do?
Well,
take a break?
Luckily, ain't nobody asking my opinion on that. They're not asking my advice on what to do with that situation because I have no idea.
Love it. Just do like a one-on-one route?
Yeah. Well, maybe like...
It's like a shootout in hockey.
The quarterbacks have to just fight. I think that's
kickers.
Yeah, kickers.
Kickers and punters fight.
Butker and Jake Elliott
I love it.
Just box. And
punters going at it, kickboxing. I'm in.
Okay, there you go.
Roger, that's for you.
That's a little free advice from me and George here. All right, so pay attention. You're here on behalf of Old Spice. Obviously, tell us about what you got going on there.
You mean Old Spice? Old Spice?
Old Spice.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be a part of the Old Spice Swagger campaign. We got some swaggery guys out there. You got Trey Lance, you got CeeDee Lamb. And while I might have my own little different swagger, I appreciate being a part of this. And what we're doing is, all Old Spice is trying to do is give you confidence, right? Like, we're friends, right?
Of course.
If I had something in my teeth, would you tell me? Like, because we're on camera?
100%.
Now, it's a little bit more difficult to tell somebody that they smell bad because there's not really anything you could do about it unless, like, you go to the bathroom and you miraculously have, like, deodorant or spray on you. So why don't you just start your day with Old Spice? Have protection 24/7, whether it's the dry spray, whether it's the stick. Have protection, have the confidence in your day, knowing that you're going to smell great and you're going to dominate the day.
That's good stuff. Yeah, that way you don't need to
be worried.
To be worried about it at all, man.
No, like, hey, then I got friends like you that are going to tell me if I have something in my teeth or, if I got to pull my hair out or something like that.
Well, I'm not going to tell you to do that. In fact, I'm jealous of the hair.
Okay, I'll pull it out.
I mean, come on, man.
Hi. It's actually doing really well today. It was in a bun all last night, so it's a little curly in the back.
Yeah, I've got envy, pal, so.
You know what? It's great. It's not your fault.
It's funny, right before
the beard's hot.
I appreciate that. I actually just shaved it off. Just finally accepted that it was over. But the last thing I said to my wife, I was like, hey, what if I did like just because it's still good in the front. Like, what if I just did the George Kittle and just get it all the back? She said, no.
Do it.
Well, I would like to stay married.
Oh, no, well, the only reason I have my hair like this is because my wife likes it. And she didn't really at first, and then she was like, I love it. So you just got to maybe force your hand.
That's true. I mean, is she really going to leave me over the hair?
It just depends what it looks like.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess then that's my answer. Then I just go back to the bald. So
exactly.
There you go.
It's a good look, though.
Well, I appreciate
that. You look good here, so why not try something new? You can always come back.
Yeah, it's the easiest thing to go back to. Just right down the middle. There you go. I don't know if you've heard about this, George.
But hit me.
There is a small but loud movement of people, fantasy football players, that want to cancel the tight end position.
Oh, really?
They said it was too frustrating last year. They said that, listen, it's too unpredictable. There's only one good guy. There's only Travis Kelce, and that's it. So they want to get rid of tight ends, and they want to just group wide receivers and tight ends into pass catchers. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, you're not really playing football at that point, are you?
No.
I mean, I get that a lot of fans of football these days are really only in it for fantasy and gambling and stuff like that, which I understand. But at the end of the day, football is football. The tight end position, while it used to be they're just mad because back in the day, everyone used to be averaging 5 points. Instead, now you have Kelce who's getting 2 touchdowns, 100 yards a game. I have my random sprees where I go for 2 touchdowns in 100 games, random. I get it. I know my scores I'm a roller coaster of emotions. I get that from my coaches. But at the end of the day, the tight end position is going to win you games. If you want to group us all together and you want to have 3 wide receivers on your roster, I think you're pretty lame for that.
Yeah.
Where's the fun in that? It's not even that great. So, okay, you're going to draft another wide receiver and, let's be real. Let's just keep drafting tight ends, keep having fun. The production's only going to go up. And there's not only one good tight end. Does Travis get 12 targets a game? Yes. But Hawkinson's getting there. Goddard's getting there. You got me out there.
You scored 11 touchdowns this year, man. What are people talking about? There's only one good guy out there.
You know what? People just get a little grumpy sometimes, and that's all it is because, their fantasy team with their super clever nickname, that one of their guys just didn't score 24 points and he lost the game because he drafted incorrectly in different positions. And maybe it's because as a GM or coach just aren't very good at what you do. Stop blaming the players. Draft better. Imagine
quitting something just because it's hard.
Oh, isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Or just complaining about it and then moving on, kind of like the NCAA transfer portal.
What are we as a society if this is what we've come to? Just getting rid of the tight end position because it was too hard.
There's no grittiness anymore.
There's really no grittiness.
There's no grittiness, and so let's just get back to being gritty. How about we just draft a little bit better, draft a better tight end, draft me.
Yeah. Hey, you want life to be easy? Pay up for it. Okay, that's the reality of the situation.
Thank you.
Greg Olsen, man, he's really broken onto the scene.
He's good, isn't he?
He's incredible.
Yeah, he's really good.
I've been hearing the whispers that, maybe you want to get into that someday. Maybe you want to get into broadcasting because I think one of the things that makes Greg great is that as a tight end, you've got to know routes, you've got to know pass game combinations, but you've also got to know about offensive line play. You got to know about run schemes. So it gives you an intense amount of knowledge, I think, to give out to listeners.
100%. And while I might not know on every single play that, hey, the read is 1, 2, 3 for the quarterback. But I can tell you this. I can tell you about any single route that a guy is running. I can tell you about the coverage that they're attacking. I can tell you about any type of O-line play, whether it's gap scheme, whether you got the pulling guys, whether you got outside zone, inside zone, whatever you want to talk about. I'll be there for you. I can break that down pretty easy. I will say the talking for 3.5 hours and then everything you say that millions of people are listening to. Again, I play on the field and people watch it, but I'm not talking the entire time. And that seems pretty difficult, but, I'm not going to say no to anything. I'm open to every opportunity.
Yeah, I always kind of feel bad when people give broadcasters a bunch of crap because it's imagine trying to talk for 3 hours and not saying something stupid. We've been talking for 10 minutes, and I guarantee I've said something stupid along the way here.
Dude, it has you to be so careful with what you say. And then also, what are you guys supposed to do on some of those games that were terrible? There were some really, really bad NFL games. And nothing as a player. It's just sometimes football happens. Sometimes it's a Big Ten football game, Northwestern versus Purdue. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. kickoff, and sometimes that's an NFL game that you get.
Northwestern banged in a big spot.
Yeah, what were they? 1 and 11, almost got me there. Dude, I do like them though. Fantastic facility. Let me train there during my rehab in Chicago. Fantastic place. I do like their head coach too. But sometimes the NFL games turn into an old school Big Ten game, and while that's not the most entertaining, it's football. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey, George Kittle, appreciate your time here, man. Thanks so much. It was awesome chatting with you.
Thanks, man.